welcome back, guys, to the Football Tea. It's your boy, Football Matter, and I'm here with We Talk Football. Today's episode, we are going to talk about the creative midfielders, the attacking midfielders. The players, some of them wear number 10, some of them wear the number 8, but they are the ones always sitting behind the number 9 or helping the wingers. We are going to talk about the Cole Palmers, we are going to talk about the Florian Wirtz, we are going to talk about the Ødegaard, Matheus, Cunha. So these are the guys we are going to talk about, and the last but not the least, we are going to talk about Cherki. Which one of these players do you think is going to have the best season, or is going to outshine others, or is going to have the most goal and assist contribution and will help the team better going forward into the season? But before we dive into this juicy topic, if you have not liked or subscribed, and as well as turn on your notifications so that you'll be seeing more of this kind of content without being informed, please do that now. So, We Talk Football, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. How about you?
I'm very okay. Thank you. So what do you think about, let's start with Florian Wirtz, the new boy, and the most expensive.
He's a very, very technical player, but also he's very strong. That's why I like him a lot. I like the players that can offer a lot. He doesn't necessarily all the time stay as a station in a number 10. He can, play drift to the right. He can drift to the left. He have no problem. Also scoring goal by himself as well as assisting. And he also defensively, he can actually add a lot, he can offer a lot, which is something, of course, you require, especially for a team like Liverpool that want to have a lot of control of the game. So bringing Florian Wirtz is genius move. Yes, he's very expensive, but hey, if he's going to perform, no one is going to remember that money that being paid for. Of course, it could be a little bit of, stress or pressure, but he's German. Don't forget that. So he's definitely going to perform in Liverpool team. When you have a manager like Arne Slot, nothing is going to scare you. What do you think of Florian Wirtz? Do you think he's going to gel well with Liverpool? Also, given that he used to be the star or the superstar of Bayer Leverkusen, now coming to Liverpool, he's not going to be the superstar. We all know who's the superstar of that team, who's the king of that team.
Yeah, I'll borrow from the last way. Talking about he's a German. Why I love German is their lifestyle. They are very simple people and they're very mean and straight to business. Florian Wirtz is reminding me of the return of Eden Hazard, a more athletic Eden Hazard, and he gives me that vibe of Kevin De Bruyne from his return from Bundesliga. People are also forgetting that. For people saying Bundesliga tax is not going to perform, this guy, it depends on the kind of player you're bringing to your team, and then he's coming to a team that is settled. It's not coming to a chaotic team. It's not coming to a team where there are no players performing. When you come into a team where everybody's going to look up to you to do something, then that's where you have a problem. The pressure and then the money you have bought for is going to definitely weigh you down. But it's coming to a team where Mohamed Salah just last concluded season smashed a lot of historic records in the Premier League. He's coming to a team where Ødegaard is blending in well and doing numbers as well. He's coming to a team, if Luis Diaz stays, had his best individual season in this just concluded season. He's coming to a team where Nunes has cut his hair and wants to prove himself. So he's coming to a team where there is a very good midfield three. Zoboslai, you have McAllister, and then Gravenberch. So he's not coming to anyhow team. He's coming to a very good team that has just won the league. He's just coming not only to add depth, but also add that fluidity, in that attack. I cannot wait to see how fluid they will be, how they exchange positions. He's coming to be that guy that will be just behind the defense, and he's going to be that connector between the midfield and the attack. What he's going to do with the likes of Mohamed Salah, Ødegaard, and then whoever is going to play as number 9 for Liverpool. Because I'm not writing Nunes off. He's going to make him work for he's going to make Ekitike work harder, and then if Isaka is coming, the same thing there. So Florian Wirtz is a very good player, strong on the ball, and then off of the ball he puts in a very good shift, just like you said. So I can't just wait the way he attracts bodies to himself. It's not just going to contribute goals and assists to Liverpool. Is going to also attract bodies. What he's going to do with playmaking and stuff like that, taking on players as well as helping others improve their game better. So that's it for Florian Wirtz. I think he's going to have a very, very good season, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do in the Premier League. A very young lad. Remember his story. He came back from ACL, and since then he's been strong and he's proven to be one of the best. So let's go to Cherki, another new guy. not expensive, but again, another guy who is going to prove something in the Premier League. What do you think about him? And then how do you think Guardiola is going? Is Guardiola going to give him that freedom that he requires to be able to express himself? Because Ryan Cherki is a player that likes to express himself, and his best performances comes off of that.
The signing of Ryan Cherki, or just bringing Ryan Cherki into the Premier League to a side that very tactically structured, of course, under Pep Guardiola, I think it gives a lot of life for me personally, because I feel like, wow, the hope of just having that classic football, a player that does all the drills, everything on a game, we're definitely going to see that. I believe that Pep Guardiola is so smart. He's just very smart, and he knows he's going to face huge competition next season, so you definitely need to utilize all the skills of your players. And if you have Ryan Cherki and you want to turn Ryan Cherki to machine, it doesn't make sense. Why are you bringing him? Because we all know players like Ryan Cherki, they need space, and of course, with the departure of someone like Jack Grealish, there is space for him to do that, right? Because I believe also in a team you cannot give freedom to 5 players, but you can give freedom to 1 or 2 players, and Ryan Cherki is going to be one of these. I believe Pep Guardiola is going to integrate him slowly, gradually, to give him that, very good, smooth transition. He's just moving from the French league, and don't forget, he's a very, very young player. He doesn't have that experience, but he have the flair. The guy have the flair. He dances with the ball, really. I'm not even, being cheesy or whatever, but the guy literally dances with the ball. If you watch him play with Lyon in his debut, of course, with France, he just shows that the guy got the quality, he got what it takes. It's going to be a lot of work for anyone that's going to compete for that number 10 with him. You're talking about Phil Foden definitely need to step his game. You're talking, about anyone who want to play in that number 10. It's kind of have to share minutes, big minutes. Mamouche might also play in that position, but Ryan Cherki definitely bring different dimension. He plays in 3D. He plays in that kind of wow, he gives you a lot of goosebumps when having the ball. So I don't want Pep Guardiola to limit him. I don't want him to tame him, because he's just going to lose 50% of the quality of Ryan Cherki. Why do that? Do you think, though, I actually have a question for you. Do you think Ryan Cherki is going to bring that, that assist stats or creation stats that Kevin De Bruyne is, used to do in Manchester City, given Kevin De Bruyne is one of the best midfielders to ever play in the Premier League? Do you think he can actually bring at least 50-60% of what Kevin De Bruyne was doing with Manchester City?
50-60% is doable, but I don't think in his first season. But again, it's very much doable. The guy's ceiling is very high, and his creativity and the way he sees the game is very, very high as well. Very huge potential, still very young, like you said. But again, it feels like he's been around so long because he started way early. With him, I love the way he's so good on that tight spaces. He's a very good risk taker. So if Pep Guardiola can give him that freedom to express himself, he's definitely going to be explosive, and he's going to be a joy to watch in the Premier League. And I feel like Pep Guardiola has started in more recent times, let players express themselves more in the game. With the signings he's making as well, Mamouche, Doku, Haaland, these are not typically Pep Guardiola type of players, but it feels like he's evolving, because that's why I love Guardiola as well. He likes to evolve, he likes to adapt to the game, he likes to be unpredictable. And if you look at what he was doing in the Club World Cup, how high Ryan Aït-Nouri and as well as Nunes were, he wants his fullback to be very explosive and hold the weight. And that is where Ryan Cherki comes in those tiny pockets, being the right forward or left forward, inverting, but again inverting and being able to cause danger closer to the number 9. And we saw a lot of understanding with Haaland, even just few days of training. He had a lot of understanding, good link-up play with him. And that is what I'm looking forward to. So I expect him to do very well, but not to the extent of Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is generational, one of his kind. So let's quickly move to Cole Palmer, the world champion. What do you think about Cole Palmer going into the season?
I love Cole Palmer so much, actually. I'm not a Chelsea fan, but I love Cole Palmer so much just because the guy is also unpredictable. You just said Guardiola was unpredictable. The same goes for Cole Palmer. You don't know if he's going to shoot or he's going to pass. You don't he's the definition of effortlessly. He does things effortlessly. The way he just take players on, assist, score goals with the flair, little to no effort. I think there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to even be better season for Cole Palmer, because last season, for instance, a lot of people criticizing Cole Palmer that he did not, score the same amount of goals, or his assist number wasn't the same as his first season with Chelsea. I tell you, last season Cole Palmer was also very good, but next season he's going to get even one more step further. There is now better understanding for that midfield trio. Now you're bringing also, Liam Delap, you're bringing also players like Joao Pedro, who very good with the movement, can open a space for him, can combine with him, and Cole Palmer will just bring all the flair, will bring all what Enzo Maresca needs, of course, for Chelsea. So for me, Cole Palmer did not even give yet 30%, 40% of his potential. The guy have a lot, like you name it, he have it.
All right, that's good. Cole Palmer doesn't need any explanation. He's declared himself. The freedom is wanted under Pep Guardiola has finally been given to him. Yes, a lot of times Maresca wants to use him in certain roles or positions he might not be so comfortable with. But again, it all comes down to the way or what Maresca wants his team. He said he doesn't want a player to give 40 goals and then others are not giving. He wants a lot of players to give like 20, which is also similar to what Enrique said before Mbappe left in PSG. So with Cole Palmer and the kind of players or signings that Chelsea are making, this is good when you have this kind of players. You support them with good signings, good players, so that the burden gets softer on them or the pressure gets softer on them. And then also there is shared responsibility in the team, and then good players make good players get better. When you have good players playing around you, there are one or two things you learn about them, when you see them day to day in the training, you're definitely going to learn or improve. And then you have good understanding. With good players, the game becomes way easy. So with Cole Palmer, I'm expecting him to have at least 15 goals and then at least 15 assists as well. I think it's easy for him. And then he's definitely going to do that and be one of the best players in the Premier League now that Kevin De Bruyne has gone. So let's move over to Manchester United. What do you think about Matheus Cunha coming into Manchester United? Is he going to improve Manchester United and then add some clinicality in the way they attack and then improve their creativity or lessen the burden on Bruno Fernandes?
He did it with Wolves, he did it literally with Wolves. Now, of course, I have no doubt, there's some players that they're just very obvious that what they can definitely bring to a team, and Matheus Cunha is one of these players. He's very, very good. And what I like about him the most, that he's very direct. He always look into the goal. His direction is always to the goal, which is very, very great for me. And with Manchester United signings as well, and the potential signing for them to sign, for me, I'm looking for Manchester United actually to sign Nicolas Jackson. I know it's very contradictory or controversial, but I believe bringing someone like Nicolas Jackson is just going to be amazing for Manchester United, because he can drift and also draw attention, draw defenders, draw bodies, and then you have two brilliant attackers in Matheus Cunha as well as Bryan Mbeumo. They can score goals. They can, of course, elevate that Manchester United very, very much. I think Matheus Cunha is going to give numbers. He's definitely going to support Manchester United. Also, these players are going to play once a week, which is really good for them to rest, to adapt, because the good news that he moved from the Premier League to another Premier League side. So he's very used to the Premier League atmosphere. He knows the intensity, and in this intensity with a smaller team like Wolves, he still shines. So I have no doubt, again, he's definitely going to bring a lot of quality, but also depends on whether Manchester United is going to sign another midfielder to support him, how would Amorim want them to play, and all of these kind of questions. But for now, I am very positive about Matheus Cunha. But for me, I want to ask you also a question regarding Matheus Cunha. Do you think he's better to play as one of the 10s, or do you think it's better for him to play at the number 9?
I think it's better to play as one of the 10s. To play as a number 9 is not easy. Playing with your back at goal 70% of the game, trying to hold off players and then bringing others into play. I think he's better off expressing himself, running the channels, drifting to the wings when necessary and stuff like that. So he's a good link-up player between the midfield and then also with the left wing back. So definitely I would like to see him as a number 10 in those half spaces instead of number 9. So yeah, and then again, Matheus Cunha, definitely there's no doubt about his quality, and for me I feel like it's a big improvement on Garnacho, and he's going to improve Manchester United attack. Definitely he's going to add good numbers, and he's going to link up so well with Mbeumo and whoever Manchester United is going to bring as number 9. At least that level of dependence on Bruno Fernandes will be lessened and the burden will be lesser on him. People are not going to look up to him every match to score or assist. There are people who are going to also be looked at. Cunha, you are supposed to score assist. Mbomo, you are supposed to score assist, not only on Bruno Fernandes. And it makes the work a lot easy for not only him and for the team as well. So yeah. And then the last but not the least, let's talk about Martin Ødegaard, who last season, went off and on, really hot and cold. What do you think about him going into the next season with the rejuvenated signings in Arsenal?
I was very disappointed at Martin Ødegaard for last season. I'm not going to lie. For me, he should have stepped up in a lot of moments. But towards the end of the season, he was actually better. He performed better. And now also with the new signings, with the ambitions and motivations, I believe he's going to step up his game. One thing I want Martin Ødegaard to do a lot this season is to actually try to shoot. I don't want him to be conservative. Don't just pass the ball diagonally. Do not just go and sleep on that right hand side. Move. You are the captain of the team. You are the dynamo of that team. Bring different dynamics. Do something from your own. You don't have to always listen to or look into Arteta's book. You have the quality and you have players around you who can support you. Just go express yourself differently. This is what I would say for Martin Ødegaard. But again, he's one of the best players in the league. He's very, very good. Now, it's a similar thing when you talk about Manchester United. Now you have different, like you can kind of distribute this responsibility with someone like Martin Zubimendi, with someone like Declan Rice. These people can also be creative engine for Arsenal for next season. But do you think that the lack of competition in his position made him relax for last season? Because if we remember last season, the only person who can actually come and, play in that position, it was Ethan Nwaneri, the 17-year-old boy. So do you think the lack of competition actually made him relaxed and did not perform in the highest level?
Yeah, the lack of competition contributes a very big part of it, and then the fact that he's the captain as well. More often than not, we see captains, whether they are in form or not, they still have to play. You get what I mean? Because they are like the soul or heartbeat of the team. And Martin Ødegaard feels like that player coach on the pitch. Feels like the one carrying out the instruction of Arteta or how the team wants to attack and play. Just like I agree so much with everything you said. And then he's so much one-sided. It's always on that right-hand side. Yes, I understand that you have to be on that half space, but sometimes you can switch with Rice as well. Kevin De Bruyne does that. Sometimes he goes to the right half space. Sometimes he goes to the left half space. Always looking for where the space is and the player that is sleeping or caught flat-footed, and then try to effect. If you go to that left half space, you can cross the ball or ping those balls. He does that, lofting those balls. He's very good at that. You can go there and see the space, loft it, and then on this side you can cut in, play your shot. I love that 2022-2023 Martin Ødegaard where he had one of the best goals and assists or best goals in terms of midfielders in the whole of Premier League history. He was very much expressing himself. He was not any conservative. He was among those that took the most shots. But last season he was not taking shots. You see him play the whole match and he might take only one shot. Towards the ending of last season, he started taking those shots and we saw him begin to score again. He has it in his locker, and his shots are always coming on target. It's not like he's going off target. It's just like Rodri as well. They have it in their locker. There are players that have that good shot shooting accuracy. I don't know why he doesn't want to express himself if it's not well set for him and if he doesn't have that enough space. He doesn't tend to sometimes force it, do it. You can play it and then he deflects and then you get to the back of the net and you can get lucky, or the goalkeeper doesn't see he's blocked by his defender and stuff like that. So yeah, I love him. He's technically good. It's just, I feel like he is too textbook. Like, I don't know how to put it, but he's too robotic. He has to express and show himself more, impose himself in games more. So yeah,
I believe part of it also goes for Mikel Arteta, because if you see him play with Real Sociedad, also it was a different player, So yeah, I think you just need to have some liberation.
So yeah, guys, we've come to the end of this wonderful episode. Tell me your thoughts. Who you think is going to have the best season between Martin Ødegaard, Cole Palmer, Florian Wirtz, Ryan Cherki, and then Matheus Cunha? I will be on the comment section. This is Football Matter Catalyst and Analyst, specifier and the Football Encyclopedia, and we are here with We Talk Football. Yeah, we see you on the next episode. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace. No shades.
The football team.